Paul, many congratulations. That first 3 points of the season thoroughly earned today.
It was thoroughly earned, and I still feel aggrieved after last week because I felt we should have won that game too. But it's just probably an extension of what we performed in the second half against Blackpool, taken into today's game. By far the better team. Again, created chance after chance, just not making it easier for ourselves. But and then you can see the goal. We give a silly foul away, and I keep talking to my players about stop giving stupid fouls away, and we did that. We can see the goal. But one thing about this team, they respond. They respond, and they got togetherness and the spirit to keep going and keep going. And once we got the penalty, which was a blatant penalty, keeper should have, whoever, I think it was Nelson, should have been sent off. The ref says that Thomas wasn't going to shoot, which baffles me because he's gone round the goalkeeper, he's got an open goal. So why he wouldn't shoot would baffle me. That should have been the sending off. There was a second handball in the first half. So disappointed really to coming at 1-1. Really was, because I thought we started to get back into the game, we started to find our groove. And listen, I just said to lads at half time, listen lads, can we have a continuation of this? Because sometimes no two halves are the same, But listen, we started well, on the front foot, and we got deserved the winning goal, and what a goal it was.
So, as you mentioned earlier, when you go 4 minutes into the game, you go a goal down, as you say, avoidable. At that point, everyone's got to battle back, haven't they? They've got to sort of look inside themselves. And, as you say, what a way to respond throughout the rest of the game, you feel like. Listen,
Rich, I think what we've got to understand, and I thought the fans were brilliant. It was great to see them turn out today. Really was. And one thing about these Reading fans, they understand the situation we're in. When you look at what we've got on the bench, we've got a 17-year-old kid. We're bringing Kelvin on, both Kelvins on. And then you look at Millwall, they're bringing sub after sub. So, and the fans understand that. They want to get behind the team. They want to support the team, and that's what they did today. They were fantastic. They were, and I keep saying that they're 12th man, and they were that today. And they very rarely get the players back. So they really don't. I mean, they're a great set of fans. Normally, you're 1-0 down, but they were exceptional. Now they've been since I've been here, and we know it's going to be a tough season, and they know it's going to be a tough season. But when you put in performances like that, at home has to be our fortress. It has to be where we're not always going to win games, but if we can put the pressure and play like the way we did today, and it was one goal that won it. No, I mean, to fair to Thomas, I mean, you talk about it's not even a goal. And whether it's my son or anybody else's son, what I mean? The way he works, what he gives to the team, the energy. These are players that people should look at. People in our team should look at people like Thomas and the way he works for the team, and the players appreciate him, and he's got that quality where he can, put the ball in the back of the net, and it's a great gift to have. So I'm proud of him as a player, but I'm also proud of him as my son.
I was going to mention the two goal scorers putting a real shift. Shane Long obviously joined in the summer, and he's got to work his way back, but worked so hard and meant a lot for him to get his goal. And then they said Thomas's goal, which is not just his goal, but his running and everything. It's just, probably early to be talking about goal of the season contenders, but
Well, I'll tell you what, it's funny, Rich, because this morning we were at the pre-match meal, and Thomas was having pre-match with Shane Long, and they were sitting next to each other. And obviously, because Lucas is injured and Yak is injured, I said to him, who's on the penalties today? And they looked at each other, and I just walked away and left them with it. And then obviously, funny enough, I think Thomas was meant to take the penalty and then give it to Shane, because obviously, obviously the fans want Shane to score, they want everyone to score, but Shane took it well, and fully deserved his goal for someone who's not at his full speed yet. I thought he was immense up top. He's cute. He backs into centre halves. Don't care how big they are. He's hold up players. It's fantastic, and he's only going to get better. That's for sure.
Obviously, you said Thomas's goal. I mean, was fantastic, but probably one of the standout moments. About 85 minutes in. Full pelt, putting pressure on defenders, forcing errors and stuff like that. And he was out on his feet at the final whistle. And that's, as you said there, if you're going to look at players and say, what do you want? Who's going to run through a brick wall for you? That's what you need, isn't it?
Look, I just all those players, all these under 18s, 16s, 23s, all the ones in my change room, the young kids on the bench. If you ever want to show an light example of someone who just doesn't rely on his talent but relies on his work ethic for the team, you just have to watch this game with Thomas. Just watch what he does. You really have to. I mean, it's phenomenal the work he goes through, and we all got to be like that. And today we were all like that. You know, from back to front, we all put. Kelvin came on. Kelvin E. It was brilliant. I love it. He was winning headers. He was tackling. You know, I thought everyone put a shift in. I'm pleased with that. I'm always like it when you can bring kids on and they're so hungry. And you know, both Kelvins did a very good job today. So it's a good experience for them. It's just one win. You know, it's nice to get off the board. You know, and but as I said, there's another 44 games to go. So we don't get carried away. But we're not going to win every game. But if we perform and compete, and the fans see us competing, you know, we'll be okay.
So you talk about consistency. Fans want consistent results, but as a manager, you want consistent performances, and that's what you've had so far.
Listen, you never get consistent results. You know, you look at Cardiff last week. They go beat Norwich. You've just come down. The Championship's like this. You know, fans got to understand where we are in embargo. You know, lose on the bench. You know, we've only got 10, 11 first-team players. Got another game against Stevenage on Tuesday. So you know, we've got to think what team can we put out with the game on Saturday. So it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig at the moment. So. Listen, the fans have got to be patient. They are patient. As I said today, they were excellent. And listen, we just got to compete in every game. We take each game as it comes, and let's see where we are at the end of the 46 games.
And lastly, I just wanted to touch on that Stevenage game. I know it's still early on, but it's probably a good opportunity to sort of rotate a bit because, as you said, the first 11, the league's our priority, and you know, we've got to make sure we've got many players to pick from. They've got to be ready for Rotherham, haven't they?
But this is the problem. So when you say rotate, I mean, who do we rotate? Because apart from the 11 first-team players we had there, the rest of them are 23. So some of them are going to have to play. You know, as I said, they've all put a shift in today, and they'll be aching, you know, on Sunday and Monday. But they're going to have to play on Tuesday. We have to show Stevenage respect. You know, obviously, ideally, you know, now I think about it, and I should have thought about this last time. You know, should have played them before the season started. It would have been easier, like Millwall did against Cambridge. But it is what it is. We put a team out. It's nice to put a team out after 3 points. It was a fantastic performance. And we've just got to keep putting that performance in. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. But the performance is important.